and welcome to this edition of Business Supes, where we talk to successful business owners, learn a little bit about them, their business, and of course, their business superpower. Today, I am joined by Jennifer Hutchings from Alotta Action Advertising Incorporated. Jen, thanks so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So, why don't we just start things off here? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business? You know, what's your origin story?
So, sorry, my phone's flipping. So I've been in business for 15 years, and it's called Alotta Action because that was my roller derby name. I played roller derby 20 years ago, and I started branding the Oklahoma City Roller Derby Association, and I was working for other printers at the time, and it just kind of came naturally to start trying to make some of that money on my own. So that's how my business got started. And this August will be 15 years, and it's been quite a roller coaster.
So what exactly does the business do? You said printing, so is it just paper, or is it shirts and all that stuff? Or?
Print specialty items, printing, car wraps, design, logo work, swag, custom apparel, team apparel, anything custom and branded and printed, from things that you can touch and feel. We're not so much the marketing end, but people will come to us for things that they need, and then we make their ideas happen. Hence, that's my tagline: making your ideas happen.
I like it. That's pretty cool. So, what's the coolest thing you all have ever created for somebody?
We did a great panini. It was like a magician truck wrap. That was actually, he made paninis, but he wanted it to look like a magician's truck. And so we kind of had to get really creative with, like, a rabbit jumping out of a hat, and we did a bunch of like multimedia, three-dimensional type work onto the trailer, and that was a pretty fun job. We've done a lot of really good trailer wraps. We've done wall wraps where it looks kind of like three-dimensional, where people are going in. It looks like a room, but it's not. It's a flat wall.
Oh, wow.
I would say the vinyl is probably, we have opportunities to do really cool things there. Actually, and then there was this one time a girl, she was getting her American citizenship, and they were throwing her a huge party out in Malibu, and we got to design, the poster, the swag, the shirts. So it kind of turned international kind of quickly because of all of her fans that were excited that she finally got her American citizenship.
Wow, that's really cool. So are you a US wide company then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very, very cool. So it takes a lot to own your own business, and there are a lot of people out there who say they want to own their own business, but actually taking that step and doing it is a lot more difficult, I think, than some people think. So what was it about owning your own business that appealed to you?
The flexibility, the opportunity to make the money myself and not have to share it with I always worked commission, and so it was usually like a 10% commission. So if I didn't make $20,000 a month, I wouldn't get $2,000. So I was always motivated to make money, and honestly, I saw the opportunity to keep more of that myself, since I was still doing the same amount of work. So I thought.
Yeah, it's funny. When I ask that question, it seems like every answer somehow comes back around to the concept of freedom, right? Financial freedom, or freedom to control their own schedule, or freedom to, work with whoever they decide they want to work with, which is a nice thing. So what would you say some of the biggest successes that you've had in business have been so far?
Well, maybe I define success a little bit differently than most people. I now have a little baby, and so, being able to, if he doesn't feel good for a week at a time, being able to stay home with him, that's a success to me. Not really having to live paycheck to paycheck, that's a success to me. Being able to just having the opportunity to meet with all different types of industries. I don't really put too much emphasis as far as success as, in business, it's like, this is success: up, down, up, down, up, down. And so if you're just constantly looking for the up, you're going to be disappointed, So I honestly think that the freedom to be myself, to feel comfortable, not feeling like I have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, just the ability to be comfortable in my own skin. That's success for me. I've always kind of been a push the envelope type of gal, and now I can confidently get paid to be me.
Yeah, that's awesome too, because so often we go through life just going through life, if that makes any sense. So, it's the bold. What is it? Fortune favors the bold. And it's kind of
Yeah.
funny what you were talking about, kind of that roller coaster of being a business owner, and it really is a roller coaster. And I try to think of it like the kind of like the stock market, right? We just want to have higher highs and higher lows, and if we can just keep improving those things throughout the roller coaster ride, everything's going to be okay. Um, talking about that roller coaster, obviously some great highs there. Any challenges that you've experienced that you'd be willing to share with the group?
So I'm very vocal about how I feel regarding this country. I love America. I love the opportunity to embrace capitalism. And when the pandemic happened, I became very vocal on my social media about that. And I quickly became banned from all platforms. I'm still banned. It's been almost four years, and I still can't access any of my social media. And I had just bought a big building. We were upgrading, and we were doing a lot of fleet vehicle and car wraps. And I had put a big graphic on my front windows, and I got attacked. I got a lot of death threats. My employees got threats in the parking lot. BLM and Antifa attacked us. It was a really rough time. Vandalized most of our property, our vehicles. And so that was probably really the most challenging thing, to still go into work every day, knowing that I'm still going to stand up for what I believe in, knowing that I have to face these people, and because I put my voice out there, I put my opinion out there of what I believe, and it was like facing the giant type of thing, and it still is like facing the giant, because I'm still overcoming a lot of that. I lost some very, very big customers because they didn't believe things that I believed, and I still won't back down. I mean, I know that you shouldn't mix politics with business, and I didn't, but it's also like I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in the things that our founding fathers, fought for. And so the challenge was, do I pretend that all of that didn't happen and move forward, or do I stand true to myself? And I've stood true to myself, and I don't know if it's hindered me more than helped me, but at least I can sleep with myself at night, and I don't have any shame about any choices I've made.
Wow. Yeah, that's I cannot imagine going through that on a daily basis through all that. Wow. You talked about COVID kind of and everything that you just talked about, kind of slowing things down. What have you done to really ramp things back up and get the business back on track?
Basically started from how I very, very first got started. I'm a firm believer that people buy from people. And, there might be a huge, big company like Vistaprint or somebody else, but at Vistaprint, you're not going to get that face-to-face connection. So really spending time with my customers, going to their golf tournaments, going to their functions, remembering, birthdays, anniversaries, important dates, just having more face time, because I got so busy and was hiring employees and was growing and growing and growing. I never got out of the office. I never saw my customers. And so just getting back to the roots of how I got started, face-to-face interaction.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure where it originated, but the saying, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So yeah, versus some big faceless corporation out there. Well, that's really cool. So all of that being said, then we'll go to the question that kind of started this whole interview series off. What would you say is your business superpower?
Resilience. I would say resilience. I have faced a lot of opposition, and resourcefulness. Actually, resourcefulness. I have done so much with so little. I didn't get started on a business loan. I actually got started on unemployment. I used the money that I was getting on unemployment, and I started knocking on doors, and that sustained me until I built my business up. And I don't spend more than I make. I'm very, very, very frugal. I mean, you got to spend money to make money, but I'm very, very resourceful. I use my friends. I don't use my friends, but I mean, I utilize the services that we're all offering, and I ask a lot of questions. I'm a big time question asker. Everywhere I go, I'm talking to people and asking. Resourcefulness would be my superpower.
Resilience and resourcefulness. I like it. So your superhero costume could be like R squared. I think that's awesome. So all the experience that you've had, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, what would, if you could just take one nugget to share with other business owners, some advice or a tip, what would that be?
If you really believe in your dreams, don't quit. Don't quit. As cheesy as it sounds, the sky really is the limit. You've got to shake off your fears, find your faith, trust the Lord, and don't quit. There's been so many times that I thought, why did I get into this? What am I doing? But it always pays off. And so just remember why you got started and don't quit. It's going to be hard. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and not everybody is doing it. So
that's fantastic advice, Jen. Thanks for taking some time today to hang out with us, chat, and tell us a little bit about your business and, of course, your business superpower. It was a pleasure having you with us.
Well, thank you for an opportunity to share, Eric. I appreciate it very much. God bless you all.
Thanks. You're very welcome. Bless you too.